second day at SMRRF here, and while RipRap festivals are known for 3D printing, this is more anti-printing. So I'm here with Dave here from Millennium.
From the Millennium Machines team. Yep.
Okay. It's funny because as I was looking at this, like Millennium, I'm like, now I got it. So this is a CNC mill, okay? Yep. But it's milling aluminium. So we're in the UK, so it's aluminium. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay with that.
So it's quite hefty, but it caught my attention because first of all, it looks really good. Second is because I love subtractive manufacturing. And thirdly, because I've been hearing a few things about it that caught my attention. So I'm going to let you take over and explain to me the concept of how this came to be.
Certainly. So Jake, who sort of founded the team, the design team, he had an open build mini mill and he was just not happy enough with the performance it was giving him. And he thought, I can, as a design lesson, a design opportunity, I can do this better. And he went away and got very deep into that design world. And like 4 versions later, it came out to the public and some of the other guys started getting involved, myself included. As of version 1.4, the mill came to sort of the public eye.
Okay.
And I started getting involved and testing. And we're now at version 1.5 of the Millennium Mill. So inside here we've got Milo.
Okay.
So that's the name of this particular mill.
Milo.
And he's sitting inside Casha, which is the housing.
Okay.
So the mill. And then 2 separate projects within the team. You can build Milo on its own. All of the electronics can go in this space.
Oh, all right, underneath, okay.
Or you can build it in Casha, and all of the electronics are housed on the side here, which gives you a bit easier access.
Yeah, exactly.
But it comes with the outside of the big space.
Nice.
Our main goal with this project was to have a desktop-sized machine that is not just able to mill aluminium, but it can do it effectively.
Yeah.
You don't have to tickle it, you don't have to wait hours.
Yeah.
You've got a decent material removal rate and decent tolerances for the finished part. I would say we're there. Designs are now available on GitHub, so you can download.
All right, so it's already available.
It's fully open source. You can download all of the stuff from our GitHub page.
Okay.
The printed files are there. All of the other components are standard parts that you can source from any of the suppliers that you're used to getting your
stores and stuff like that.
Exactly. Extrusions.
Exactly. You have slot rails.
We use NEMA 23s instead of 17s, but they're just as available. They're hard to get hold of.
One of the things I heard was that there will be kits available.
Kits. Yes. So
a company that is synonymous with us in the 3D printing community.
Yes.
Could you speak about that?
Certainly. So right this second, we have partial kits available from a number of other well-known brands, such as Fabrico, Deep Fried Hero, CNA Rails, their motion kit.
Okay.
But the big one you're alluding to is LDO Motors. And LDO are producing a kit.
Okay.
It's not available yet.
That's not all
calm
panic.
down.
Just calm down.
There will be an announcement of the release date soon, but you're looking at a few months,
all right,
not years. So
yeah, but I mean,
sometime there'll be a kit available.
Being someone, so I think I've had a total of about 6 kits from Jason at LDO Motors, mainly Vorons. I've
got a V0 kit from that.
All right, there you go. Yeah. And it's always like you're always sure that it's the highest quality parts that someone can produce in a kit. Yeah. It's always complete, and lots of partners around the world, so it will be quite freely available to all the current partners of LDO Motors. So that excites me quite a lot.
Yeah, and it's really fun for me on this particular instance, being the other side of that relationship with LDO. So as a consumer, before I received the kit was good, it worked.
Yeah.
This time around, I'm behind the scenes, I'm getting all the parts.
Exactly.
Putting them through trials. This spindle, for example, is one I'm testing for them.
All right, okay.
We've got some custom boards in the back. Over there, you've got a fixture plate in the back corner that will come with the kit.
Oh, wow, okay.
And you can see how this was an earlier iteration, and this is the newer version.
Beautiful.
Less holes to reduce cost to make it an overall package affordable still.
What about language and firmware? What will it use in terms of hardware, in terms of board?
So the LDO kit is following the BOM stock model, so it will be using RipRap firmware.
Okay.
And a Fly CDY. It's a very cost-effective solution. It doesn't have loads of extra drives that we don't need on a 3-axis mill.
All right.
It's got big enough steppers to drive this thing, and it's quite easy to get up and running out the box.
Okay, brilliant.
It fits nicely in the electronics area because it's small.
In terms of the milling software, is it something that would people need to go towards VCAR, for example, or would you be supplying your own version, or is there an open source version?
You've got a lot of options. We're not trying to recreate the wheel at all on the CAM side. So CAM is your computer-aided manufacturing programs. So that is the packages in Fusion 360, for example, that transfer your model to toolpaths. The equivalent of a slicer for the 3D printing world. We're not locked into that. We have a post-processor for Fusion, but providing it can export a fairly standard level of G-code, you should be able to use other CAM packages. You may just need to configure a few of the codes.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But in terms of languages,
so they all take G-code.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So just
pure machine G-code. That's your input to all of the options that we support.
All right. Okay.
Duet as the baseline and RepRap firmware. They have slightly different flavors of G-code. So RepRap is the firmware, and it just takes the G-code, just like you would your printer G-code.
Okay. This is absolutely. Honestly speaking, I'm blown away. It looks really good. Like it looks super good. So I'm looking forward to playing with one of these.
Yes.
Very soon. In terms of price range, do you have any idea of how much it will maybe start from?
So I can't speak for LDO.
Yeah, of course.
I'll leave that up to them and their announcements. But if you're self-sourcing, the bill of materials is available on our GitHub page. So just go there and you can see it all. And you're generally looking at between 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay.
That's GB.
All right.
Pounds. So slightly more in dollars, slightly more in euros.
Yeah.
For the mill itself and all of the electronics.
Okay.
The enclosure is an additional 300 to 500, depending on what paneling you go for.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the price point of the bomb. But we've had people go wild and put servos. We've had clear path servos and stuff.
That's the beautiful thing about having something like this that's open source. You can just run with it.
Yeah, it's a platform. So we give you the baseline, and that if you're getting into machining, that's where we recommend you start. That will enable you to machine. That will enable you to machine some parts of aluminium, not just little like engraving, proper pockets and milled features.
Brilliant. And I'm guessing the kit.
You can put servos on it, and you can run a lot faster.
Exactly.
Accuracy.
Tool changing. Who knows?
Maybe
Who knows?
It works, but
this is absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to seeing this take off. I'm sure I know a lot of people in the community which will be very excited about this. So I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for taking the time to explain this to us. And hope I'll see you very soon.
Awesome. All I would say is if you want to follow some like people who have machines and are doing machining, check out our website, which is www.millenniummachine.com.
I'll leave links in the video description as well.
And you can find myself. I've got a channel there, and I show quite a lot of showcasing the builds and machining.
Okay.
There's lots of our other members as well, Jake included, who upload videos, so you can see it actually in action, and see real users who have built their own.
Brilliant.
Using it.
See, you just got a round of applause for that.
Hey,
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Saib. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you.